TikTok gets to remain for another 75 days following President Trump's deadline for extending the app. The app was expected to expire over the weekend here in the United States. Former President Biden signed a law last year forcing its Chinese parent company ByteDance to sell its U.S. stake or face a ban. U.S. buyers have expressed interest, but ByteDance insists its popular app is not for sale. For more insight now, let's welcome tech journalist Shibani Joshi to the 9. Shibani, welcome back. We talked about this, I don't know, months ago when this was first proposed by the Biden administration. We haven't gotten anywhere yet. When is this going to move?
Yeah, we've been talking about this for a long time, Sal, and I believe we're going to continue to talk about this for a long time as well. On Friday, the president gave China's ByteDance an additional 75 days to decide whether it will sell or divest its U.S. operations in the United States. And I heard you all just talking about the impact of tariffs on the iPhone, on the stock market, on consumer spending. And the limbo is actually in part because of the tariffs as well, right? The tariffs are affecting this negotiations around TikTok, and it comes as a surprise that actually we did not get a deal announced last week, Sal, because according to various reports, including the New York Times, ByteDance was very close to reaching a deal with the White House in terms of a formalized agreement. But once the tariff announcements were made by the White House, everything was stalled, and ByteDance called the White House on Thursday and said, until there are talks around trade and tariffs finalized or negotiated, we will not be making a deal on TikTok as well. So TikTok is tied to the tariffs, which could surprise a lot of those TikTok users.
You know what's surprising, Shibani, is that Amazon and Jeff Bezos has said he's interested in buying the company essentially, but no one seems to be taking him seriously. A couple of other buyers that seem legitimate have expressed, say, yeah, we'll at least buy the U.S. portion of it. Why hasn't something been done on that front?
Because this is a bigger deal than just the actual transaction. There's a lot of people, a lot of names in the hat right now. The New York Times is reporting a consortium of investors that include Marc Andreessen, who is a venture capitalist here in Silicon Valley, as well as Oracle. We've heard names like Amazon, as you mentioned, Walmart, even Perplexity, and Mr. Beast, the YouTube content creator's name thrown as a potential contender, according to the New York Times. But China knows what this means to President Trump and the overall negotiations. It's an important negotiating tactic to stall this or delay this, and included as part of the negotiations on tariffs as well as trade. And so China is using its hand with this specific issue because it knows that Trump and Trump's supporters as well. I mean, we know that Trump has changed his stance on TikTok from wanting to spearheading the ban of this a number of years ago to actually changing his mind and tweeting on Truth Social last week that he does not want TikTok to go dark. So it is a negotiating tactic and leverage that the Chinese government has, and why wouldn't it use it?
All right, all good stuff. Tech journalist Shibani Joshi, I guess we'll keep watching it indefinitely here. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks.